Mr. Math here. Thanks for watching my videos. Be sure to like and subscribe, and remember to click the bell icon to be notified of updates. Hello again, viewers. Welcome back to Let's Play Torna the Golden Country. We're here in the Aletta region. Just arrived a little bit ago, and we are going to head on in to see the next cutscene. We just finished clearing the way to get the bridge to the capital repaired, and now it's time for the next big story part.
Amazing, Laura. Even when I foresee your movements, you counter me instantly.
I couldn't do it without Hayes' power. What about you? I don't see you using Mithra's hidden ability.
And what if we did?
Well, if you did, I just have to bring out my original blade.
Master Adam. Your evening meal is ready for you.
Oh, is it that time already?
The days are so long at this time of year. I just start losing track.
Oh, finished already? That's a shame. I was hoping to join in.
Join in? By yourself?
His Majesty has many pressing matters to attend to. Besides, I'm used to working alone.
A driver and blade are one in body and soul. That's their very nature. You're not at full strength without him.
It's not so simple as all that. I know I've yet to unlock the depths of your power.
Really? I feel like I've been giving it my all.
But you never stop growing. At any rate, Hayes' ability to restrict other blades is indispensable. It's perfect for training. We're lucky.
When she stops me using my foresight, it's certainly difficult.
Oh, but you honor me too much. I'm just happy to help you both in any way I can.
Next to each other like that, you really do look like twins, you two.
It's rare for the driver's nature to appear so strongly in their blade.
People tell me that from time to time, but is it really true?
Perhaps. But whatever the reason, I am happy if I look even a little like you, my lady.
We're even the same dress size.
Right?
By the way, we want to try taking you on next, Jin.
Well, how about it, Jin?
I'm afraid I don't particularly like fighting.
And to think we're hearing that from the strongest man in Torna.
But perhaps there's truth in those words. After all, he, or rather, they...
My lord, my lady, we've discovered Malos's target. The capital.
What? Are you sure?
Yes, no doubt about it.
Hi.
Malos? And here I thought I had seen the last of you.
Now. I never meant our parting would be forever, you know. I've just been to see the Tornan Titan. I bet it'd be real interesting to see it in its true form.
Where did you learn that?
Learn? Inside my core, I have all the data of all Blades and Titans.
You have all of it? You think to call yourself the Master Blade?
Sure, why not? Sounds good. So, exciting, right? My partner. I hear you gave her to that Tornan prince.
And if I did, you'd erase me? Just like that?
Not at all. I have a much better idea than that. I've decided my next target is Torna.
Why would you tell me so plainly?
So you know what to look forward to as you watch.
I see. So this comes from the Quester. But he doesn't know what Malos is planning for Torna.
We should probably hurry.
Soon. We'll go once Hugo's back.
And the next morning, there's a lot to unpack from that particular scene. And I probably talked about it during the regular playthrough. But the first thing to mention is how the first half of that, where we see the sparring session and then the meal afterward, that was, let's see, I think it was the start of chapter 4 in the base game where we saw that scene. There were a couple minor differences. Adam was wearing a cloak, but other than that, it was all basically exactly what we saw here, just in black and white. And Bridget mentioning that, Bridget and Mithra mentioning that Hugo wasn't there and, had gone elsewhere. That was the reason why here in the DLC adventure they actually had Hugo and Aegean go elsewhere, so that the scene made sense. Also, it did allow for an interesting look at what Mithra said, where she said, Driver and Blade are one in body and soul, you're not at your full strength without him. And we saw from gameplay that that was true. Just Bridget by herself was a lot weaker than all of Team Hugo working together. And then there was, at the time, the mystery of how Jin was here, because we'd already encountered him in the base game. We knew that he was, one of the villains. And yet here he was, 500 years earlier, not only alive and well, but also on the side of the good guys, working with Adam against Malos. So, there was a lot in that scene which reverberates back and forth between the base game and this DLC adventure. So anyway, Hugo here is talking. It's good to see you again, everyone. Hugo, have you finished surveying the battleground? We have, and we came upon something of grave importance. You're looking a bit pale there, Hugo. Are you alright? I'm just a little tired, that's all. I'm not surprised. The Sea and Resistance fought so desperately. They really took it out of us. The battleground was a terrible sight to behold. How many more lives must Malos wrest from us? We must do all we can to avenge them. It is truly tragic. We'll put a stop to it. Come on. They repaired Let Bridge for while you were away. I think it's time for us to move on. Move on? Have you discovered where Malos will strike next? Indeed. We had our suspicions, and now they've been confirmed. His target is Torna, the capital no less. Can we trust the veracity of the source? I believe we can. The Praetorium's intelligence is likely to be on the mark. Our info is coming from the Quester, then. In that case, I believe we have little room for doubt. The capital, huh? That's a long way. It is. Once we're over the bridge, we'll have to cross the Dannagh Desert. What do you want to do, Mick? You can stay here if you want. We can have one of the wardens look after him. I'll go with you. Are you sure? Sooner or later, we'll end up facing Malice. It's a dangerous road that lies before us. I'm going with you. Mikhail. What should we do? Thinking about it now, there's no guarantee that his staying here would ensure his safety. He may in fact be safer in our company, is that not so? Shall we let him come with us then? Talk about twisting a person's arm. Fine. We're all going to the capital. Are you sure this is what you want, Mikhail? Alright then, are we done? Can we get a move on? Hugo, I have a proposal for you. Oh, yes? I've been thinking, after the sparring match with Laura yesterday, wouldn't we also make better use of our skills if we passed around our weapons the way she does? How about it? Want to give it a go? Perhaps it's worth a try. Laura has access to both Jin and Hayes' weapons when fighting. It's sure to open up her options in battle. I do think it would be wise for us to learn from her, especially given our coming battle with the Aegis. So we're agreed. Mithra, I'd like to try using your sword. Mind if I borrow it? It's all yours. I doubt you're going to do as well with these three as those three, though. Strangely humble of you. That's not what I meant. Actually, forget what I said. We're going to knock this out of the park. Now that's more like it. Bridget, Aegean, you may not be so convinced at first, but give it time and we surely will reap the rewards. As you wish, Your Majesty. I would never question your authority, Your Majesty. Thank you. I'm blessed to have such faithful attendants. Let's make tracks, people. We'll be right with you. Onwards, then, to the capital. Yeah, but first we're going to turn back around and go have a talk with Vez. I think that was his name. We've got the key that he lost. We have to hand it in to him. Alright. Oh, it's the key. No mistaking it. Try not to drop it in any more deadly dangerous places, okay? Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. About that, Vez. I've been thinking it's high time you took some time off. You don't have to take it that far. No, I think it's important, actually. You know that herb you've been picking? I know that herb you've been picking. Clearbite cress. No? It's a remedy for diseases of the blood. You did say you were picking the herb for your grandmother. Clearbite cress is quite rare. I hear that it's used to treat only the gravest of afflictions. Is that why you went to those lengths? You needn't worry about your duties. Just hurry home and tend to your grandmother. After all, nothing is as valuable as good health and family. Lord Adam, you're too kind. So that's the most valuable thing that's not found in vaults, eh? As long as you're alive, there's hope in all things. What could be more precious than that? As you say, Lord, then I accept your punishment, and I thank you for it. Right, so, if you need anything, I can just grab it from the vault, sir. Ah, indeed. Lord, is there anything you need? What? We've only come this far thanks to you. Speak and your wish will be granted. You're kind of putting me on the spot here. How about a recipe for some royally delicious meal that's been handed down in your family? Lord, is that the best use of a wish? No, but, I mean, I'm curious, okay? Hunger will get the better of anyone. Well, you heard the lady, Vez. Fetch us the recipe. And whatever else you think we might find useful on our journey, I suppose? Yes, Lord. Straight away, Lord. Here you are, Lord. I picked things out as best I could, Lord. And, your kindness earlier. I'll never forget it, Lord. I'll teach my kids to honor it, too, Lord. None in my lineage will ever forget the good turn you did to us, Prince Adam, sir. Lady Laura, ma'am. He's laying it on thick, isn't he?
I won't lie. It feels good.
When I see my grandmother next, I plan on telling her all about you all. Better yet, I think I shall write a book so the kids of tomorrow know your greatness. Well, have fun at that. I mean that sincerely.
Aren't you glad you asked us?
All right. Oh, S9.
Aren't we
I'm
interested?
something of an expert.
Okay. Let's see, I've already spoken with all of these guys, I think, so they ought to be in the community list. After coming up with this new special and me being a pro adventurer and all. Oh, just the band of adventurers I was hoping to meet. Do you fancy performing the Rose and Bloom with me now? Say what? You don't know the Rose and Bloom? Where have you been living? It's a combo made of specials. If you chain specials together, these things called element orbs will appear. They're good to use if you know how. But even I'd get tired doing special moves one after the other, so I've been looking for someone to help me out. You'd be a good fit, but you might end up cramping my style. Sorry, but maybe doing the Rose and Bloom with you can wait until another time. You could at least tell us what the combo is. Big Dreamer Delilah. Question for you drivers. Do you understand your skills? Each driver have different focus, right? So skills to remember are different for each person. Good thing is, once skill is learned, it never gets forgotten. No need for Dizzy Delilah to worry about forgetting. Okay. Now. Oh, Lord Adam. I'm glad I got the chance to see you. There's something I want to tell you about. The truth is, I made a friend from Morard Dane. We hit it off talking about how amazing you are. I was really happy that even someone from such a big place like Morard Dane could see you were special. My new friend even promised to tell me all about Morard Dane one of these days. You gave me the courage to make new connections like this, Lord Adam. Thank you. You're welcome, I guess. Looks like there's no one else up here. Ah, okay, Mungo. I'm glad to see you all. I'm but a humble retainer of Prince Adams, and charged with providing medical care to the great army that resides in our beautiful province of Aletta. As you can imagine, I don't have enough staff for the job, nor indeed do I have enough stuff either. In particular, I'm running dangerously low on penicillin. It's a substance which can be gathered at the Tirkin Cliff Colony. I tried to send strong-looking militia soldiers to fetch it. Alas, those Orions are so reckless and there's no talking to them. You are aware how their fighting style involves self-inflicted cuts? Well, because of that, in the end, I wound up using more penicillin than these fools could bring back. It was a complete disaster, let me tell you. And so, to make a long story short, I'd be most grateful if you could find time to help me out of this bind.
I hope we'll be able to help.
Let's set that as the active quest, sure. Looks like I already have it from my previous playthrough. Is that penicillin in your pocket? Blah, blah. Exceptional work. Militia allows to learn something from you. Shouldn't be comparing simple foot soldiers to great heroes. Gonna keep us going for a while, okay.
You really shouldn't have.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. You can collect penicillin whenever you like. Well, that was an easy one.
Always happy to put a smile on people's faces.
Come on. There we go.
I'll help myself to another.
This is handy.
Lots of stuff happened there. S6 for Aegean. Okay. Let's actually go check up at the sealed cave and see if we can get the Napon Half-Sage in the community already. Might speed things up. I mean, I have...
Here we are.
We made good time.
I have technically already defeated the 4 golden monsters.
Is killing me. You're coming with me, treasure.
Let's just gather all the treasure.
You're coming with me, treasure.
And then speak to the half-sage and see...
The suspense is killing me.
If he joins the community.
The suspense is killing me.
Yeah, we can get him in the community.
Killing me.
He has the yellow smiley face next to him. By my feathers, who knew there were warriors strong enough to defeat the unspeakably strong golden monsters? I knew you weren't just some ordinary schmoes from the moment you broke my seal, but this is something else. Well, I might not have been able to spend all eternity with the priceless treasure, but this isn't so bad either. Because I got to meet strong warriors like your lovely buff selves, I mean. And because you bought my frankly unspeakable intel for a pretty penny and without even trying to haggle. But I don't have anything more to sell you. If you ever want to come back and look at my treasure, you're welcome to.
Thank you.
Okay. That ought to speed things up at least a little bit. Now there are a couple more things I want to do before moving on. I'm going to go to the Turkin Cliff Colony, even though I don't need to gather up the penicillin. Just to, you know, get it on the map. And then I'm going to fight the golden monster in this area. Because that'll allow me to do a few blade combos, which I need to do for that side quest for Kurogane.
This is becoming addictive. The suspense is
There's a
killing me.
clear structure to this lock.
Slow and steady.
Okay.
Well, here we are.
We made good time.
Aren't we intrepid?
Oh, right. These are the penicillin spots.
This is becoming addictive.
Anything else here? Doesn't look like it.
Aren't we intrepid?
Nature makes a fine ally.
Let's go check the other end of the colony.
Aren't we intrepid? You're coming with me, treasure.
These guys won't bother us, and that unique monster is deceased. Oh, one of the golden machines.
Aren't we intrepid?
I don't think I ever got anything from this device in the previous playthrough. I forgot it was there.
Aren't we intrepid?
And by the time I had the golden seeker, you know, I'd forgotten it was here, so I never bothered to come check it. I don't need to be walking back, do I? Let's actually just go here and then head over to the
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
marker for the golden beast.
This is becoming addictive. I
Really?
think we've been spotted.
Okay, fine.
I'm all set.
Okie dokie. It's bounced.
Rest in peace.
You shall not. Elemental attack. I like the way this is going. You cannot.
You'll answer to me. I'm afraid you won't
Okay.
like this.
Okay, chain attack.
Soup's up.
Okay. Huh. Minoth didn't get his special done.
It's not over. Not by a long shot. Keep it going. Lead the rear guard to me. Elemental burst.
This is far from over. Swap with me, Hayes.
Cloud burst!
Elemental burst. How about another round of carnage? Take it away, Prince. Astounding.
Emperor Hugo.
Imperial
And
Elemental burst.
I can follow that up.
Astounding.
and then Hayes, do your level 3, please.
Celadon whirlwind!
Heal up the entire group.
Any last word? Mithra?
Tornado flash!
Magnificent.
Don't forget me.
Ian.
Be my guest, Dion.
Xenoblade. 100-year wave. Elemental burst.
Their defense is in tatters.
Magnificent.
Okay, Laura again.
My lady, go ahead. Spiral snap!
Magnificent.
We're not done yet.
Adam, please.
Your turn, Adam.
Soul burst. Magnificent.
And then Hugo, please.
May I, Majesty, for the glory of Marte. Magnificent. Finish.
Okay, that'll do.
There wouldn't be an
Stand up. Stand up!
You saved me.
I'm all set. I was hoping you'd say that.
You moved.
Okay.
Ultimate Aurora, topple.
Ultimate Aurora, topple! Launch volcano! Okay, where's over there?
Lady Mithra, I'm sure you can do it. I'm sorry, everyone still needs work. I can do it if I try. Bring the pain. Come, wind of healing.
The enemy looks to be afraid.
Best of luck.
Okay, come on.
Things are falling into place.
Alright.
The edge we need. Focus.
Wow, I have 7 orbs.
My lady, go ahead.
Didn't think I had that many on.
We're not done yet. Minnow.
I am as relentless. Bridget.
Wheel of Penance.
Elemental burst.
This is far from over.
Okay, Jin.
Jin, I need you up front.
Zero blade. It's not over.
Enough.
Not by a long shot. Elemental burst.
Bridget again.
This is the part I like most.
Elemental burst.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
And now Haze.
Haze, deal with them.
Celadon whirlwind.
Magnificent. It's not over. Not by a long
Adam?
shot. Take it away, Prince. Soul burst. Magnificent.
Don't expect to recover from this.
Sure, Bridget.
Beltane blade.
Elemental burst.
Alright, so far
Their
so good.
defense is in tatters.
Magnificent.
And let's see. I'd rather get in more damage than burst that final orb. So let's bring in Laura and hope she does not attack the ice orb.
My lady, go ahead. Spiral snap.
Great.
Okay, perfect.
Let's get another one in.
Mithra?
Mithra?
Terminal
you?
flash.
This is the part I like most.
Let's see. Hugo or Bridget, doesn't really matter. Hugo, why not?
Emperor Hugo, if you would.
Final thrust. Elemental burst. Full bash.
Photon's edge.
Bear witness
Spiral
to the
snap.
power of Bridget.
The flames dance!
So
Fantastic!
A magnificent display of skill, Your Majesty.
6 million damage.
more of that, please. 'Twas a sight to behold.
How are we doing on Krogani's quest? That should have been, I think, 4? Yeah, 4 times. Okay. That's good for now. Just one more, and I'll get that in, not too far from now. Okay, hold on a second. What other quests do I have going? That, and then the Rare Sense of Justice quest, and then... Wait, this one still? Oh! I never turned this one in. Huh. Okay. Alright, let's get up to the Let Bridge to get that skip travel point opened up, and then go back to Yanchik Harbor, turn in that one quest, so that I can just skip travel right back here.
This is new. Broadening one's horizons can only be a good thing.
Time crept up on us, it seems.
It may be wise to rest for the long road ahead.
Right then. Lasaria region, Yanchik Harbor. Speak to the Napalm driver.
Even on familiar ground, we must stay vigilant.
Roly-poly, that's his name. I couldn't remember his name. Meh? Faces of friends have looked that say, "We passed your test, oh great Roly-poly." How Roly-poly know without even look? Oh, Roly-poly is a master warrior. Can tell such thing by sense, aura, and so on. That aside, it seemed that first impression of Roly-poly was correct, and friends can hold friends' own. Very good. That concludes this test, but there is more tests coming up in near future. Level of difficult will be much higher. Also, Blade of Roly-poly is scouting field for skilled drivers over Gormont Way. If friends not have pleasure of meeting yet, would be great if could find and show him what friends can do. Okay, Roly-Poly will wait on tenderloins for next time when we can give friends tests to do. Till then... Okay, got that one out of the way.
Good enough for you?
We've passed Roly-Poly's trial, leading him to recognize your potential. Unfortunately, this test was not the last one. Alright, so back to Lethbridge.
What a pleasant
There we go.
stroll. You remember our destination, don't you?
Yes, Aegean. We're
Aren't
going to
we
the capital.
intrepid? This is becoming addictive.
Nature makes a fine ally.
And... Okay, bladed holly. That's useful for one of Laura's crafting recipes. I don't remember which one off the top of my head, though. Okay, we've got a boss fight coming up. We should get the final blade combo for Krogani on this guy. I think he's tough enough to stand up to it. He's only like level 35, but he's a boss. So we should be able to at least get a level 2 combo.
What's an ethereal monster doing here?
Worry about that later. Come on!
Ready to put another win
29.
under our belts?
Just look at us! Of course we'll win! No more running amok!
It bounced!
Ready to go!
Oh, really? Maybe I overestimated this guy.
Is it over? Milton! Enough!
You were always slow to finish a job, my prince.
I thought I told you to stop calling me that.
A blade?
He's Minnock, Questor of Malphas's blade.
Malphas's?
He's one of the Questors in Indol. And Malos' driver.
Okay then. Maybe we can get even a single special off this time?
Ready to put another win under
No,
our
probably
belts?
not.
Is looking prickly.
Healing regimen is the key.
No more running amok!
A single special was enough to finish him off.
You've got an interesting way of fighting. You are?
Laura, that's Jin. And she is Hayes.
Pleased to meet you.
Jin? You don't mean from Torna? But 17 years ago, wasn't he?
Enough! Not a word to anyone!
Sounds like a good story is all I'm saying.
You want to hear?
Another time.
That was close. Thanks, Minoth. You're very capable, even on your own.
Well, maybe I should thank him. Or not?
Your core looks kind of different.
Ah, well, I'm a flesh eater.
A flesh eater?
A being with human and blade cells. Made possible with Judician technology. That's how I can use my full strength anywhere, without my driver. But I'm pretty sure I'm a failed experiment, so to speak.
I never knew blades like that existed.
Flesh eaters.
What of Amalthus? Isn't he coming?
Nah. I just heard rumors that you guys had entered Torna. I used my own initiative.
Ah.
It's been 2 years since I saw him last.
Huh?
When next we see him, it'll have been a lot longer. In the base game, I mean.
I arrived too late.
Is that right? Was that their child? That soldier? Wasn't that the one from...
Such a cruel world we live in.
Huh.
In Indal, there are a great many paintings depicting all manner of hells. But I think real hell might be closer to something like this.
Amalthus, you can't.
I had hoped once that the architect might save us all.
We saw the other side of that scene in the base game. I think it was like chapter 9, really late, where we saw some history of Amalthus that made him become what he was, or rather what he will be.
Since then, I haven't seen him. I heard he went climbing up the World Tree not long after, and brought divine revelations back with him.
You mean...
The Aegis. Malos.
But what kind of revelation is this? What kind of salvation? Could anyone call this salvation? His hope caused this, or his despair.
Despair?
How about you then? You're from the same stock?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just following this guy since he woke me up, and that's basically it. I have no particular interest in this world or its future.
And Malus himself?
His thoughts I'm especially uninterested in. We've never even met.
Please, don't mistake her. Despite the attitude, she's a good kid.
The hell is with that tone? Where do you get off acting all parental?
Oh, come on. I woke you up. I make sure you get enough to eat.
What?
Cloud sea crab sticks are tasty, aren't they? You're very welcome. Although I don't think I'd have managed to eat 6 myself.
What? You counted?
I don't know where you put all that.
I'm the Aegis. I need all the fuel I can get. Hey!
You are too easy to sneak up on. Where are my extra rations?
Oof. You little...
The Aegis, bested by a little kid.
Milton! Get back here!
You know, if the architect really does exist, I'd quite like to meet him. Salvation, huh?
He's not all that when we meet him 500 years hence. Though he does turn out to be a rather interesting guy. Where was... the World Tree was like over there, wasn't it? Yeah. Anyway, another cutscene here, I think.
Your sword-swapping fighting style. It's very interesting, you know.
It's still quite rough, though. I'm a bit lacking in oomph. It'll take me a while to get it down properly.
See, I wasn't actually talking about the power or technique.
Oh? What then?
That connection you have. Human and blade. It's like a bond of sorts. I just found it curious.
An actual... bond?
It's like that's how it's supposed to be. I don't know.
It does make sense. Lady Laura is always with Jin. And you almost never find time to practice with me. It's like he's her favorite.
Come on, don't say that. I'm an equal opportunities driver.
Liar!
You're both my partners and very dear to me. There's no favoritism, swear.
Are you really sure about that?
I think Hayes is a bit jealous. I have been with you longer, after all.
You think? All right then. Starting tomorrow, Hayes gets to take the lead. Good?
Wonderful!
You don't mind?
It's all right by me.
Rather ironically, in the first playthrough, I used Hayes a lot more, and now she has a higher level of trust. So I really need to keep Jin up front for now so that he can catch up.
Do you remember? The last time we paid a visit to Indol?
What did you think?
You mean about him? Let's see. In a word, he seemed very human, protecting his heart with a mask of lies.
Are you curious what's behind it?
Not really. Most humans are like that, aren't they?
Cutting to the chase, I see. But I hear his achievements in Indol have been quite grand. The refugee protection policies from last year are his work as well.
So a hypocrite, then. Isn't that what you call the type?
Quite. I hope that's all he is.
He smiled. Did you notice?
No.
I think he might actually be enjoying this.
What?
The world in this state.
That's interesting.
You felt something was wrong, didn't you? That's why you brought me.
Don't you think they're worth saving?
If you think they are, you know you'll have my aid.
Even if you disagree?
That's not for the likes of me to decide. It's up to you humans.
Oh, you mean that time? I remember. What about it?
What Minoth said bothered me. I think he was talking about Malos, but his words could just as easily have applied to a Malthus.
I suppose.
What if all of this is what a Malthus... No. What all of humanity really wants?
You don't mean it.
Hey. What are we going to do if we defeat Malice anyway?
You know. Like I told Hugo. Go home and work the land. I didn't get to harvest the Grom rice this year.
Well, that might be good enough for you. Some others might not be too pleased with that.
Who is this?
Picked him up during a routine core collection. He was one of yours, right?
As we discussed, I engaged him as a broker of cores, but no more. What a waste of a human being.
That much is hard to deny.
What are you driving at?
Waste and refuse can have their own uses, I think. The project we spoke of before, I think it may be time to set it in motion.
You mean a Blade Eater?
His strength will grow exponentially. It will dwarf even that of a Flesh Eater.
And you can control him?
Oh, please. Even if we can't, there's no need to worry. After all, this is just a prototype. Sooner or later, the binding will decay and he will die. I hear he's got some connection to this paragon of Torna, you see. He'll prove useful either way. Torna, then? He's on your mind, isn't he? Malos.
Not him, but what comes after.
So, you're trying to take down Malos. We must. He's already sunk the Sea and Titan. We can't just sit back and let him destroy the whole of Alrest. Of course we can't. But he's the Aegis, man. You can't just go up and try to fight him all on your own. You can when you've got another Aegis in the party. Word. Even still. In any case, our primary goal is to defend Torna, and not necessarily to bring Malos to a grisly end. Perhaps we can even convince him to end this peaceably. You do that. It'd be a damn sight better than getting yourselves killed for no good reason. Ouch. Minoth here is a blade of Amalthus, just like Malos. I'm sure he knows far better about our chances than we do. You say he's being realistic. I am being realistic. If it's Amalthus saying the capital is the target, then it has to be true. You still trust him after everything he's done? Whatever he does, it's for his own benefit. You're just pawns in his game. We all are. It does seem better to act upon the information we do have, rather than move around aimlessly. Alright, so what will you do now, Minoth? Now I join your little traveling troupe. How else am I going to keep tabs on you? Ha, I suppose so. If you're going to the capital, I assume you're well-equipped for the desert? Well-equipped how? Oh, so you were just going to go in there and collapse from desert fever. Fantastic. Desert fever? An endemic disease caused by fungi. There's no harm to blades, but to humans it can be lethal. Why haven't we heard of this? I forgot. Dumbass, are you trying to get us killed before we even find Malos? Let's see to it that doesn't happen, shall we? We'll need enough medicine for Adam, Hugo, Milton, Mikhail, and me. Okay, we'll have to backtrack a bit, but they should have something back at the resistance camp. If we can collect the ingredients, they should be able to make enough antimycotics for all 5 of us humans. What do we need? Tawny carrots and nest extract, I believe. We can get the tawny carrots around the Torna grasslands. And to obtain the nest extracts, we shall have to defeat some alien nests. Okay then, let's get going. We probably already have all of that.
May I offer my assistance?
Okay, let's see. Have another quick chat. Milton? What's up, Mick? What happens if you get desert fever? Master Adam told me. He said your lungs get infected and you get sick like you had a cold or something. Oh, well if that's all it is, maybe it's not so much to worry about. Pretty much. But if you're unlucky, it can spread to your skin, joints, bones, liver, and kidneys. And if that happens, you're done. Done? Let's not worry, Mick. I know Prince Adam, and I know he'll get the medicine made for sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, minor sicknesses are usually just minor, but if they spread...
I know it'll be worth the wait.
It can be pretty bad.
Let's polish up the structure.
Let's see, community spirit. Oh, I have enough for 4 of these. Let's make some more.
Now, who'd make a good lead? And fin. And fin. And fin.
Okay.
Time to get cooking. I'm kind of excited.
Miracle Parfait. I can make quite a few of these. Looks like I can make 10 total.
It tastes better than it looks. Probably. Hunger is the best spice, right? So this should be delicious. Hunger is the best spice, right? So this should be delicious.
And I have...
It tastes better than it looks.
for this too.
Probably.
Okay, I can't make any more, so I'm at max for that. And I still have plenty of nest extract. That should be enough. Okay. Back to the garrison. Get this stuff made. And then...
Pleasant stroll. You remember our destination, don't you?
Mungo? I need your assistance. Hello there, Mungo. Prince Adam and your companions by your side. If I may boldly guess, were you so kind as to come here in order to obtain some desert traversing preparation? Bang on the mark. Here's enough tawny carrots and nest extract for several people's share of remedies. Oh, very good. It never hurts to be well provisioned. You've no idea how touched I am. This gladdens not only my heart, but those of the Resistance and the people of Aletta. Huh? Looks like you finally found it within you to bear the burdens of Torna, Your Majesty. Wonderful. Sorry, Mungo. I'm not sure I follow you. To think this day would finally come. The long years I'd spent waiting for Your Majesty to ascend the throne. Adam, you aren't thinking of doing anything like that, are you? No, the thought never even crossed my mind. Where's all this coming from, Mungo? Yes, His Majesty the King has a kind heart, no doubt about it. A little too kind at times, to do as he must. I feel that many of his subjects long for decisive and resolute leadership, such as the Prince could offer. Prince Adam, if only I could lay claim to such irresistible charisma. Your Imperial Majesty, what a thing to say! Prince Adam possesses great virtue, but I must humbly assert that Your Majesty has at least an equal portion. I concur absolutely with the Aegean, Your Majesty. I really think you're making too much of this charisma of mine. Anyway, I could never usurp a lawful ruler or bloodline. I want to go to the royal capital, but only to protect Torna, not to take it over. Really? Well, that's a terrible shame if you ask me, Your Majesty. I don't know if you were serious or not there, Mungo, but either way, that kind of talk is unwise to say the least. Prince Zetter is notoriously insecure. If he heard something like that, things could get pretty interesting. Interesting? It's alright for some. Anything's interesting when you can just sit back and watch from the sidelines. Well, I was certainly moved by your declaration of loyalty, Your Majesty. I promise to be a little more discreet about my hopes for you to ascend the throne from now on. Then you can stop addressing me as Your Majesty. Well then, my good apothecary, for how much can we acquire your fine desert medicine? Ah yes, the purpose of your visit. Forgive me, I got a little sidetracked there. I'll just take the ingredients and combine them post-haste. There we are, desert medicine for 5. Thank you, Mungo. Alright then, now at last we can finally cross that bridge and make for the capital. I'll pray for the safety of your journey, Your Majesty. Alright. This is about the end of the episode.
One less problem in the world.
Okay. No, trust increases? Shame. Okay. On to Let Bridge. I think that's as far as we can go right now.
It was a nice change of pace.
Let's catch our breath and move out.
Yeah, that's the furthest we can get right now. Wait a second, there was something over in... Oh. There's a side quest over there. Ah, things just keep on distracting me.
It was a nice change of pace.
Where is it?
Let's catch our breath and move out.
Ah, okay, here we go. Nice of friends to show up. Roly-poly think of new test me want to put friends to. Last time we do break and topple, and then call that good enough. Hopefully friends remember? Well, it's no longer good enough. This time we add launch and smash. Launch will lift enemy off ground, and smash will smash back down, as name implies. Great power moves. Sequence of break, topple, launch, and finally smash's ultimate form of driver combo. For this test, Roly-poly want friends to do whole whammy to any at all enemy, anytime, anywhere, 3 times over. The next job is big, huge, enormous, gargantuan. Must be able to do driver combo with eyes closed. Oh, and of course, must come to Roly-poly to let know that test is done once test is done. Or maybe is obvious? Well then, Roly-poly wait with hopes held high. Okay. I know how to do that one.
I see there's work to do.
Okay, got that. Now then, let's get going, shall we?
Pleasant stroll. You remember our destination, don't you?
Let's just get back to the campsite, and then we'll end the episode there. Yeah, this provides a lot more context for Amalthus, doesn't it? Amalthus and everyone, really. But Amalthus and Jin in particular. Alright, viewers. Thank you very much for watching Let's Play Torna the Golden Country. I've been hoping we would get all the way to Dannagh Desert, but unfortunately no. We'll definitely make it in the next episode, however. So, see you then.